All right, so I'm back with this Toyota Corolla, trying to figure out some things with it because it's just not wanting to run. It's blowing fuses in the 15 amp box here. So this box right here, 15 amp EFI. So there's a fuse missing that is right there. That's supposed to be the 15 amp fuse for the EFI that goes in here. It says it right here. Says EFI. Right, let's see here. Where is it? EFI, right there. So in the video, I'll hopefully point something, but the EFI is right there. All right, trying to diagnose, if it's one of these coils here. Okay, one of the coils, and those, I unplugged them and it's still blowing the fuse. I took these connectors off of the injectors, each one of them right here, and it's still blowing the fuse. So I had unplugged all of these and I had jostled this around a little bit, lifted this up, and I guess there must have been I even looked at this wire that's going down to the back side down there to the other sensor. I believe that's the camshaft positioning sensor. I'm not sure exactly. I checked the alternator because I think all of these, even the purge flow, the MAF sensor, purge flow, they all are ran through the EFI because they don't have, even the O2 sensor is all through EFI, is what ChatGPT says. I'm not sure exactly if that's true. So, I went through about, 5, 6 fuses, something like that, and can't seem to find which one it is. So, the other option is the fact that it's just a simply wire touching ground, or it's grounding out on the frame of the vehicle. So I think that this is the culprit right here. This thing right here. So I think there's supposed to be something here holding on to the wire. This little thing right here is supposed to be something holding on there. And on the underside of that, there is a wire right here at the very bottom. Not sure what that wire goes to, but there is a little bit of metal exposed. I don't know if you can see that. If I can show it in the video, I will. If I can point to it for you guys with software, but it's right there. It's being rubbed through right there. So I'm assuming that if I go to start the car after I hook all these back in, that if I, get some sort of, if I can tape it or do something like that, I can get that to work again. I'm assuming that that's gonna do it. So let's go ahead and see if I can get this thing fired up. I'm gonna try it right now and put a new fuse in there and try it. All right, got a new fuse right here. Let me go ahead and plug it in here. Just like this. I'm going to, okay, it's not resting on it right now. I'm gonna make sure that I have a piece of plastic underneath it. This came off of the harness from before. It's not very much, but it's something. It'll help keep it away from there for now. I need a piece of tape, but this is just to be able to start the engine. So I have everything disconnected. I'm gonna go just click it on real quick. Try clicking it on, just putting the ignition in the on position here. I've got a seat full of different things to try to diagnose it. So here we go. Okay, that right there would have normally popped the fuse. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back off. And you know what, I have a fuse tester here. I don't have to pull the fuse, I can just test it. Just take this out of the box. Just get this really quick. Get that. and use this fuse tester here. See if the fuse is still good. I believe this is all you have to do. Just push that down like that. I think that's probably the width right there. It won't even fit. It's too tight in there. I think. We'll see. I don't even know if I'm on it. Can't see the light. It's not very good. Okay. Probably have to have the key in the on position. Oh, I already do. I do have the key in the on position. So I'm assuming that there's no light coming on. It probably means that the fuse is blown. So if it is, then I've got a short somewhere else on this Corolla. So let's go ahead and pull this fuse here. See if it's blown. It is not blown. So before it would have been blown. So I'm thinking that that is the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and reconnect all of this and, turn it back on, see what happens. So do you guys want to see me reconnect all this? You probably do. So I'll go get the tools out of the car here. Whoops. And get all this reconnected. Hopefully we can start up the car. I'm assuming the vibrations rubbed that thing raw, rubbed right through it. I'm not sure the correct way of going about. I think just like putting shrink wrap on there, but I don't know how I would put shrink wrap on there. How would I get the shrink wrap to stay? That's my question. So anyway, I'm not a professional at this. I don't know really what I'm doing. So please, be careful with what I recommend, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just using common sense the best I can. So with a bit of common sense, hopefully I can get this going here. I don't know if it's enough. We will see. I don't know if common sense is enough in this situation, because some of it, electrical work is not always common sense. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. It's just the way it is. It doesn't work out the way it should, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these back on there without losing these, hopefully. I don't want to lose these, the nuts and bolts and stuff. So get these put back in here. Get this on here. And this one in here. And you get it started for the most part. I'm not turning anything with, I'm technically putting it on with my fingers, considering I'm just using my fingers right here, because you don't want to cross thread. So no cranking until you know that you've got it to where it's on there correctly. I hope that makes sense. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it works for me. Yeah, no cross thread. Say no to cross thread, especially when it's going into aluminum, like it is right here. I believe it's just aluminum. It doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to keep these down either. Just plastic. It's nothing. It's no big deal. It's not like it's all that strong. So it really doesn't need to be. So let's get these put back on here. You gotta be careful with these. This is old plastic. This is a 2003 Toyota Corolla. And this has been here, You know, this stuff is, it's pretty much original. So you gotta be careful with this. All these, the little areas right here around the, see that, I don't even know. That, nope, it's not cut right there. So it looks good. Because you gotta be careful not to pull on these from here. You gotta pull down here. And get the vacuum hose put back. You know, this vacuum hose is split. I need to go get a new one. It's pretty obvious to me. I mean, it looks to me like there's probably a vacuum leak right there, to be honest. So I might be able to just cut that and then push it further down in there as well. So I don't know, it doesn't look too good. So I got that in there, got this all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the ignition here. So we'll see what happens. Move this away from the fan. Get that put back down there. Gotta see, I'm gonna make sure everything's connected. From what I can tell, everything is there. Only thing is missing is the cover. Okay, we'll see right now. Here it goes. Can't believe it. Okay. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to. I think that was it. Pretty sure. So it's running. I gotta get all this stuff cleaned up right here. All this is all cleaned up. I probably need to wrap this with tape and then put another, you know, whatever this stuff is called on the outside of that. That way it's a little bit stronger. I had doubts that I'd be able to fix that little car. So I'm glad I was able to figure that out. So I'm headed over right now to get some electrical tape at the house and gonna put that on there for now. I'm pretty sure that there's a better way to make sure that doesn't get messed up anymore like it did before, but I don't know what that is. I'll have to research that and figure that out. So let's go get that done. So come to find out, this regular electrical tape that I have here, this little roll here, I don't think is rated for high temperature. And from more common sense, I'm feeling this. I was gonna put tape on this right here, and I'm touching this. It was only running for a little bit, and it is hot. Like, it's been sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it feels hot on my finger. So I'm assuming that I need something that is able to tolerate high heat. I saw tape specifically, I think it was like $5 over at AutoZone, that can hold against high heat. I've got this almost figured out. I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna do it the right way. I've got this tape sitting here ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and get that tape. And probably something to wrap that wire. I didn't see anything over there that was thick like this, or like that over there, or even like this. But I feel like that's the correct way to do it, is to put some hard plastic right there. It looks to me like this is a bracket and something is actually supposed to go there and hold on to this, so that way it's not even touching here. That looks like how it's supposed to be, like this. But it's missing, which is why it's rubbing against this, because it wasn't put together the correct way, possibly. Don't know for sure, but it does make sense to me that these are a little bit stretched out. These seem like they're a bit stretched. See how it should be up like this, to where these don't have to work so hard. See, because there should be more of a gap between the wire harness and this wire, 2 wires going into the injector and I believe that's cylinder number 1. So it should be held up like this. That's how it should be. There shouldn't be any vibration really getting into this except for what's given to it from hooking on to, I don't know why I said hooking, but hooking, I guess, onto this bracket here. So I don't know if there's something I can do to make it get done right, the correct way. I don't know what that is in there. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I feel like I need to support it better. And I'm gonna look to see if there's anything I can do to better make that happen. So I'm gonna be working on that. Let's get to, guys, I'm so stoked right now. Like, to be honest, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I can't believe I figured it out. I know it's so simple. Like, I was just telling my wife, watch, it's gonna be like somebody pointing at somebody over your shoulder saying, it's right there, it's right there. Like, it's right there. And not knowing that it's right there in front of you and not seeing it, even though it's right there in front of you. And I'm thankful that I had ChatGPT, to be honest. I saved a lot of money because of it. So I pay $19, $20 a month for ChatGPT to be able to talk to it. And I feel like it paid for itself like 10 times over, because I almost bought injectors, like $250 worth of injectors, coils, and I didn't do it. I wanted to buy a bunch of different things to be able to diagnose, and I didn't. I just kept looking, kept trying to figure out like what the most likely thing is, and it was a bare wire. Just so awesome. All right, let's get on to the rest of the repair. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already, subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in more videos to come, I'm sure. This old car is always going to have something new for me to try to figure out. So, all right, let's get on with the rest of the video. Right, I almost forgot to show you. This is the tape that I'm going to be using. You can see that it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit up to 194 degrees Fahrenheit. It's made by Scotch 3M. It's the 700 electrical tape. It's just the vinyl tape. So that should be good for now. So I confirmed with ChatGPT that this should be up like this, about 1 inch to 1/2 inch, or 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So that way it doesn't touch. And maybe I can buy a hose or something like, something like this or something, maybe something like this to wrap around it instead. And I'll just cut the hose right down the center and just wrap it around this. Cut little areas out of here in the hose, so that way it provides the relief that it would need, or just section it out, possibly, I'm not sure. But I guess there's universal clips that you can buy as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up and finished up here. Probably gonna struggle through this left-handed, holding the camera, while I'm right-handed working on this. So I'm basically working one-handed. So like anything else, I guess, you become better as you work with this, but I undid 2 of these so that way it could give me a little bit more room. But stretching this out and then wrapping it around seems to be like, it seems to work the best. So stretch and wrap and stretch and wrap. And I've got about 3 layers on there, so it's gonna be able to not sit on there as much as it was. So I think that'll be good for now. So hopefully that does it. It's starting to come away. I'm gonna wrap that a couple more times, and then we'll go ahead and give it another start and see how it drives. So getting this thing on here, you don't really need to tighten this down too much. It's just to hold the cover on. You do want to make sure, however, that you don't have it cross thread. This one's not even holding on anymore, but I have it in there anyway for later on when I finally figure out how to get that to stay in there. See, it's not even holding on. The plastic is just kind of free there. Gotta make sure that this isn't being pinched by anything. Nothing is there pinching don't want to have. So that is perfect the way it is. It's supposed to come out from right there, and boom, got it. All right, let's start this thing up after I've got that oil put in there. I had to top it off, about a quart of oil. The car starts up. The car starts up faster than it ever has before. So I'm gonna see how this thing goes. We got about a good 15 minutes of a drive. Gotta go pick up my kids from school. But I don't know, it seems to, seems to have a little bit more go, pick up and go kind of thing. And I'm having plenty of fun with this car, man. I like this little car. I mean, this thing is so easy to drive. It's so awesome. It goes right where you want it. And yeah, I've got quite a bit of vibration in this steering wheel. I've had a comment on my videos before about that. Yeah, dude, this thing is like, it wants to pick up and go. It's good. It's so nice. I don't know, could a short actually cause that to where it doesn't, like, it won't even, like, it makes you lose power even until finally it's enough of a short or enough of a problem to where it just cuts out the engine altogether and blows the EFI fuse. I thought it might be a relay, and then ChatGPT said, no, it's not a relay. It doesn't work like that. I don't know how it works. I didn't get that far. I just said, okay, fine. This car travels so good. I can take this car 80, 90, no problem. 247,000 miles on the car itself. I think the engine probably has more like 2 or 150, because this is the new engine or the used engine they got from Pick Apart. I think he said it had 137,000 miles on it. I think it's getting more and more interesting as it gets older, and everybody else is getting, like, you know, cars that are really difficult. I mean, on another level as far as like how to figure them out. I mean, but I feel like all the rules are the same though, right? On all the cars, you're gonna have, you know, your air, fuel, electricals. And that's it. It's funny. I get looks when I drive up in this car. Like, what the heck is he driving? But I don't care. All right, I'm gonna go get my kids. Hopefully I helped you somehow. My name is Mike, and I don't know, there's gonna be plenty of things that are gonna happen to this car. And I don't know, give me something maybe in the comments of what to do to make this car even better. Even though some people might think it's not worth it, I feel like it is, because why not make something as good as it possibly could be, right? Like, maybe give it a couple more horsepower, put some nice shocks on it, maybe better tires, give it better handling, better brakes maybe. You know, what is it? How could I improve this car to make it equal, or if not better than a car like that you'd buy like in 2025, 2026? I don't even know if that's possible. I'm wondering though, I'm curious. So, all right, maybe that is something we can approach. Maybe I can research more of that and get different ideas from you guys. So I appreciate any help that you guys can provide, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.